Awesome. I'm Chris. I'm an alcoholic, 11-19-12.
Hi, Chris.
Hey, I like that kid said that, man. That's awesome. That's awesome. I had to follow you today. So, it's kind of crazy because I start thinking back to my days of actively using, and that Groundhog Day plays over and over and over. It's the same miserable stuff each and every day. And that's exactly what it was for me when I was using and drinking. It was the same old crap every day, and that actually for me falls right in line with abandoning myself to God. When I abandoned myself to God and I started looking for what He wanted me to do and stopped wasting time on what I wanted to do, then my life progressively ended up getting better and better and better. Uh, you know, all day today, I had something going through my head, and I was going to tell you about David. You were saying in what you were going to talk about, and I was just like, well, you know what? I think it's going to play right in with what God was telling me. And that is the great thing about abandoning myself to God today. Is now I'm listening for what it is God wants me to hear. And it's crazy because all day long He had this one word, and I'm going to show you how we combine what's going on in the program with our lives, and we learn how to put God. I learned how to put God's words together. This is how God talks to me. Abandon yourself to God as you understand God. Admit your faults to Him and your fellows. Clear away the wreckage of your past. Give freely of what you find, and join us. We shall be with you in the fellowship and in the Spirit, and you will surely meet some of us as you trudge the road of happy destiny. Back here on page 162, it's crazy, just one page over. Says right here, the last paragraph says, someday we hope that every alcoholic who journeys will find a fellowship of Alcoholics Anonymous at his destination. To some extent, this is already true. Some of us are salesmen and go about little clusters of 2s and 3s and 5s and sprung up in other communities through the contact with our two larger centers. Those of us who travel drop in as often as we can. This practice enables us to lend a hand at the same time avoiding certain alluring distractions. I've figured it out what God wanted me to hear today. I'm sitting and I'm so consumed with poor me and, crying to myself. I never really voice it to my bosses because I know where that'll get me. Their answer is, you don't like it, find another job. So I'm sitting there wallowing in my own space, and I'm thinking about how miserable I am, and I got this distractions going through my head. God is just implanting this word distractions in my head. And I got it figured out now, what it is He wanted me to say. He says to me, abandon yourself to God. To not be distracted by the world. The world being my job at that time. The world being the drugs and the alcohol at the stripes at that time. Or something that was comfortable for me to rely back when I was doing the act of addiction, the alcohol and the drugs. That's what He's talking about, abandoning myself to God, so I don't have to start obsessing on those thoughts. I don't have to start obsessing on them actions anymore. The distractions are distractions. We're distracted every day. Some days I wake up and trip over my bow and arrow. The bow and arrow, I love it, but I hate tripping over it. It's distracting me from my prayer and meditation. I love praying and meditating in the morning. That's my thing now. If you haven't checked out my YouTube channel, check it out. It's Chris Hopper, sober life. So each and every day, I move ahead and try to put effort. I don't try to do nothing anymore. I put effort in not being distracted by what's trying to keep me away from God's will and God's love. And by doing so, I gracefully, and I am proud of this, to a balanced level, that I have 6 years clean. So working on 6 years clean. So I'm rest of it all out. Come on, Bill! about something, Bill.